What's going on, people? I wanted to do a new F2F orientation video. I did one the first time I went through their process, but I thought I would do another one for anyone that watches that might not have seen that one or may have questions regarding it. Yeah, for anyone that obviously you can call and talk to a recruiter. And then they would probably send you an application link. They use Driver Pulse or 10th Street, whatever you want to call it. Just like most major companies, except for I think Schneider uses their own application process, if I remember correctly. But they're going to send you that. You're going to fill out the application. You're going to submit it. When you do that, what's going to happen is, obviously they're going to go through the normal process of they're going to pull MVRs. They're going to check the clearinghouse. So they're going to need your permission for that. They use a third party for your background record, your employment history, and all that stuff, which they do notify you of that. And then they're going to request certain documents from you. They're going to want a copy of your 2290 with watermark. They're going to want a copy of your medical certificate, not the long form, just a certificate. Front and back of your driver's license, and title. They're going to want a front and back copy of the title to the vehicle if you own it. Obviously, if you're leasing it from someone, they're going to need some ownership information there. And then they asked me for my EIN, my SS4 form, which you get when you get an EIN number. That comes from the government. So once you get it, don't throw it away, because if you go on and say, hey, I need a new one, it's going to take time. They're not going to be quick about it. It's the government. So yeah, going from that. So once all that's getting processed, and they're pretty sure that you're good to go, they're going to send you a PandaDoc deal to sign, electronic signature stuff. You're going to go in. You're going to verify you've gotten different parts of it's policy and procedures basically, and an hours of service form, which everybody does with every trucking company, because they need to know when you was relieved last and your hours previous week, and stuff like that. It's just policy procedure stuff. You go through, you DocuSign basically acknowledging you've received this information. You resubmit that back to them. And then you're going to receive an orientation packet, they call it. Right now, they still do virtual orientation. They don't do in-person. They're not doing in-person. I would imagine, like everybody, they'll probably get to the point where they're back to doing it in person, where you'll have to go to Chattanooga. But right now, they're not. So, that can be a whole nother video for somebody else that actually goes through the in-person part, if that ever happens. As far as I'm aware in the information, they will ask for anyone doing this virtual to come in eventually when everything is good to go or better, and do a half day of training kind of a thing in person. When that point ever comes about, we'll obviously do a video on it. And video Chattanooga, and try to get some video of inside of the facility if they'll let me. So other than that, but in that packet that they send you, it's basically reminding you that if you have any paperwork that needs to be submitted, please get that done, because you can't complete orientation until it is. They're going to give you the date and time for the Zoom meeting, the virtual meeting. You can use smartphone, tablet, computer. I use my laptop because it's just got a bigger screen. And that happens at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, at 10 a.m. Eastern time. And what will happen is half hour, 45 minutes, hour before the meeting, they'll send you a link. You click on it, and it'll bring you in. And then once the meeting starts, they invite you in, and everybody gets to see everybody that's involved. You can mute it, and you can stop the video feed while you're in the meeting and just listen if you want to. One suggestion I would probably give, if you're got a TV running in the background, or anything to that effect, turn it off or mute it so that people asking questions don't have to talk over your daily soap operas or whatever it is you're watching. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, you're going to do that dealio. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours. They just basically going to go over some of the information you signed in that PandaDoc deal, policy procedure kind of a thing. CSA points, the way it works here. If you get up to 30 CSA points, which is not hard to do, if you're not keeping an eye on your stuff, they're going to put you on probation. If you hit 60, they're going to terminate your lease. And they're going to go over, what accidents will get your lease terminated. Most of them would be driver negligent caused accidents. So I pretty much any company that you drive for is probably going to be on the same boat with that as far as that goes. Yeah, so they're going to go over all that. And then they're going to go over, at the end, they will go over, they'll bring up a map. And they're going to go over their direct shipper program, which is a dispatch deal. They do dispatch for owner ops. For their customers, they do have customers. It's mostly East Coast stuff. I think Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland area, Jacksonville, Atlanta, Birmingham, Memphis. I think they have one location that goes all the way out to Texas, up to Chicago, and a couple others in there. I think Munster, Indiana, or it might not be Chicago, but Munster, Indiana is one of the locations they show. But you can run under that. They will dispatch you. It is contracted freight. It's their freight. You will run some spot market freight in that program just to get you back into position, depending on, obviously where you're going and what the load is. Just as a backhaul kind of a thing. And then, but they do, it's 72% of the line haul. And you don't have a trailer rental fee. So you lose 8%, and you are dispatched. And then they go over the select program, which is you booking your own freight off of load boards. Any load board you want to use. The thing is the customer has to be set up with them. And if the customer is not, if the broker is not set up with them, it's not that big of a deal. Basically, you just contact your driver advocate and put them in touch with each other is what you're doing, because they're going to have to exchange information, credit apps and all that stuff to get set up. I've only run into that situation one time with F2F before, and the customer or the broker I was trying to get set up with to run a load that he had had a relationship with F2F, but because they were mostly flatbed, which F2F don't do a lot of, it'd been a long time, so they basically just updated their information with each other. That got all taken care of, but the load ended up falling through because the customer moved the pickup and delivery date off a week. That was when we were up in Wyoming. So yeah, that's not a big deal if you have to do that, but they do go over that. They give you your driver ID. They go through the process of setting up TransFlow Mobile Plus on your device, your phone, whatever you're going to use. That's what I was doing today. I set it back up on my phone, and then I came out to the truck and set it back up on my tablet, so that'd be done. Again, right now I don't have a vehicle attached because I don't have the hardware for it yet. But after the Zoom meeting's over, you can hang around for a minute. The person running the meeting, which is normally, I think, Alex Cash, which is out on getting married this week, I guess. Not to throw your business out there, but again, congratulations if you watch the video. I imagine you're not thinking anything about my videos right now. But Lillian House actually ran the meeting yesterday. But they will sit, hang out and answer any more questions you might have. And then once that's complete, you're going to have, like this morning, they should have been mailing out packages to every driver that was in that meeting. And basically it's going to be your ELD, stickers for the vehicle, permit book, cab card, all that good stuff. Insurance, documents, all that good stuff. A copy of your lease will be in your permit book, which is what you want, because if DOT asks, here's proof that I'm leased onto them, blah blah blah. But yeah, just for giggles, I'll tell you what I add to my permit book. I add my long form I keep in my permit book, my medical long form, and then I also do. Would you find a snake?
Things running around. I didn't. The guy's mowing his grass.
Oh, that's a nice one.
He told me and Ziggy to watch out while the head's chopped off.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow, that's a pretty good sized snake.
He said there'll be a lot of them coming out when he's
Oh,
mowing his grass.
yeah, especially when you're mowing that long grass like that.
Yeah, so he said be careful.
Oh, okay. Awesome. But yeah, you're going to keep a copy of your long form medical. I keep a copy of my 2290 with the watermark in it. You know, I keep information like that. You know, my a copy of my SS4 form. I keep that stuff in my permit book. Just, you know, if I ever run into that guy or that lady that just is that detailed and all the stuff that they're looking for, I got it in one place. And they're going to, you know, obviously your IFTA sticker is going to come in this package. Now that I should receive tomorrow. With some drivers like myself, I can't get your DOT inspection on your truck and trailer, if you have a trailer, has to be within 30 days. If it's not within 30 days, you're going to have to get a new one, which is going to come out of your pocket. And you can use any of the major chains, you know, Pilot, Flying J, Loves, TA Petro. They don't want you to use dealerships for the most part, I think, because most dealerships aren't that thorough. But they do want you to use the chains to get them done. The closest chain from me is about 31 miles from here. It's a Loves, which happens to be right across the street from Tag Freightliner in Tupelo, which I buy a lot of parts from. But I won't use them for the DOT. And I have a wheel seal that needs to be replaced. I could use them for that, but you know, if I'm going to the Loves for the DOT, I might as well just have them do everything. And I want to get a PM done, so out the gate everything's fresh. So yeah, you know, there's that. And once they process your paperwork, I missed that step. They obviously are going to send you for a drug test. Every company's got to do a pre-employment drug test. This is no different. It's a urine test. They're going to send you for that. So yeah, should get the package tomorrow, hopefully, if nothing gets hiccuped, and I'll be able to get all this stuff installed, and then, you know, get ready to get this thing DOT'd so I can get ready to go. It looks like right now I may have to go to Chattanooga to get trailer plate trailer. We'll see. Not 100% on that, but we'll let you know as you know, when that happens. And then the only information I could pass along that I know as a previous leased on driver to F2F, insurance wise, my insurance, physical damage insurance on this truck was $168 a month, and the value I put on my truck is $32,500. So if you got a newer truck, obviously that number is going to go up. The better, you know, the newer, more expensive the truck is. Then you have occupational accident. Mine was $129 a month. They take that monthly, the physical damage. Eventually, they'll take out escrow, insurance escrow, and then, you know, once a month they'll take that escrow money that they've taken out of each settlement and apply it to the insurance and pay it. So yeah, there's that. Then you have, if you're going to get your plates through them, it's $52 a week. If you want to use TruckStop, which is .com, which is a load board, that's I think they said $13.85 a week or $13.50, one of the two, because they have a deal with them. I don't use TruckStop. I did it first when I was leased on originally. I have an account with DAT. I'll continue to use DAT. Trying to think what else. When they send you the package, they're going to send you a pre-pass, which basically just covers, you know, the basics. I don't need that. I have an Elite Pass and I have an account with Pre-Pass for that, covering scales and tolls. The Elite Pass pretty much covers all tolls and vast majority of the way stations, so we're good there. I'm trying to think, is there anything else fee-wise? Obviously, fuel is a thing. If you want their fuel card, they're going to send it in this package that's coming. I have the TSD Logistics card, which gets me 50 to 60 cents off a gallon at TAs and Petros, 16 cents a gallon off at Love's, and I think it's 20 cents off a gallon at Road Rangers. And you don't have the dollar transaction fee. It's obviously TSD does charge a fee for using the card. I think the highest fee I've ever paid is about 65 cents. Yeah, and you don't have, you don't get hit because F2F, not to knock F2F on their, but I wish their fuel card was better. But their fuel card is 10 cents off at Love's, TA Petro. You can use it at Pilot, but there's no discount at all. At Love's, TA and Petro, it's 10 cents off a gallon, but they do have a transaction fee. And I think at Love's it's like $3. So you're only getting 7. You're only saving 7 cents. Or not 7 cents, but you're only saving, I'm trying to remember how I did that. If you do 100 gallons, it's $10 you're saving. By the time you get done with the fees, it's $7 you're saving. So the savings is not real big there. They do have some, when I get the permit book, it'll have all your contact information on it. But they do have a program where you can get a discount on tires if you need to buy tires, kind of a thing. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I've missed in this orientation process. I think that's pretty much it. I think I got it all. And it only took me 17 minutes to do it. That's a record. Anywho, I hope this information helps anybody that needs the information. Hiring wise, I don't know. Oh, geez. Every time, I don't know their hiring area. I do remember seeing a comment, someone saying they wouldn't bring them on because they lived out west. If you're renting their trailer, I could see that being an issue. If you have your own trailer, I wouldn't see it ever being an issue. Because obviously, if you get one of their trailers, you have to come all the way over here to get it, and then if you take it back out west and they have to go recover it because that's where you're living, I imagine that would be pricey. So there may be some truth to that comment. You'd have to verify that with a recruiter. I don't live out there. Yeah, and I'm trying to, interesting. So there we go. 18 and a half minutes, and I think that's going to be my video. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. If not, don't. But other than that, I appreciate you guys taking time. Be safe. We'll talk to you.